Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, I report electromagnetic hypersensitivity disorder here on the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. But first, joining Targeted Massachusetts is free. Just go to targetedmassachusetts.org and at the top of the page, go to Join TM. Please complete the easy registration form. By joining, you receive our newsletter, text updates, and the latest developments in our targeted situation. If you have any questions, call me anytime in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334, or you can call into the show live and ask a question and get involved at 800-313-9443, or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Access by phone 515-604-9715. Access code 708922. ID Targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type freeconferencecall.com/wall/targeted. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. Okay, and I would just like you to all go to FFTI, or freedomfortargetedindividuals.org, and donate to Ella Free's billboards. They are all over the world, everywhere. Germany, the UK, China, Japan. They are everywhere. And they are all over the United States. Let's keep them there. Okay, tonight I'm going to talk about electromagnetic hypersensitivity disorder. Now, those who set up the search engines and the acronyms have actually eliminated it. EHS, the acronym known for electromagnetic hypersensitivity disorder, has been replaced by environment, health, and safety in the workplace. And in this particular scientific paper, there are many words that are relevant but not American English. And the reasoning for this is most of the research is done in the UK, Germany, Russia, and so on. So tonight will be part 1, and it will be the basics. And tomorrow night, part 2. As societies industrialize and the technological revolution continues, there has been an unprecedented increase in the number and diversity of magnetic field or EMF sources. These sources include our video display units associated with computers, mobile phones, and their base stations. Now, I once worked as a consultant, and the first office that I was in, the display bothered me. I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but it really bothered me to the point where I could not look at it any longer. It was almost looking at a 3D movie. So they changed the video display, and it was fine. But that one display, there was something about it that I just could not stand. Many of these devices have made our lives richer, safer, and easier. But at what cost? I have done research that shows that these electromagnetic frequencies actually hinder the body's ability to absorb oxygen. And the platelets start to pile up on each other and become sticky. This is all due to electromagnetic frequencies. So these devices have made our lives richer, safer, and easier, but the cost may be human lives in general. And if you bring fifth generation or 5G into it, you might take out the entire civilization. The EMF concerns and the health risks are great. These emissions reduce our body's ability, as I stated, to absorb oxygen on the molecular level. For some time, a number of individuals have reported a variety of health problems that they relate to exposure to EMF. While some individuals report mild symptoms and react by avoiding the fields as best they can, others are so severely affected that they cease work and change their entire lifestyle. This reputed sensitivity to EMF has been generally termed electromagnetic hypersensitivity, or ES. I know one woman in my hometown of Hull, Massachusetts. She was so severely affected that everything in her home was tinfoil covered. Even her bicycle grips were covered with tinfoil. I went down into her basement to have a look. Walls, floors, and ceilings covered with aluminum foil. Everything. in her existence was covered with aluminum foil, and she claimed that it helped her. She was targeted, I believe, in a different way. She had EHS. There are many people in the population who are targeted, not in the way that I am, but they are targeted with electromagnetic frequencies and have become electromagnetic hypersensitive. There are fact sheets that describe what is known about the condition and provides information for helping people with such symptoms. Information provided is based on a WHO workshop on electrical hypersensitivity in Prague, Czech Republic in 2004. An international conference on EMF and non-specific health symptoms, a European Commission report, and recent reviews of the literature. So what is it exactly? EHF is characterized by a variety of non-specific symptoms which afflicted individuals attribute to exposure to EMF. The symptoms most commonly experienced include dermatological symptoms, redness, tingling, and burning sensations, as well as neurasthenic and vegetative symptoms, fatigue, tiredness, concentration difficulties, dizziness, nausea, heart palpitation, and digestive disturbances. The collection of symptoms is not part of any recognized syndrome, but parallels many of the symptoms of some targeted individuals. EHS resembles multi-chemical sensitivities, or MCS. This is another disorder associated with low-level environmental exposure to chemicals. Both EHS and MCS are characterized by a range of non-specific symptoms that lack apparent toxicological or physiological basis or independent verification. A more general term for sensitivity to environmental factors is idiopathic environmental intolerance, which originated from a workshop convened by the International Program on Chemical Safety, or IPCS, of the World Health Organization in 1996 in Berlin. IEI is a descriptor without any implication of chemical ideology. immunological sensitivity, or EMF susceptibility. IEI incorporates a number of disorders sharing similar, non-specific, medically unexplained symptoms that adversely affect people. However, since the term EHS is in common usage, it will continue to be used here. Now, I would like to bring up my community of targeted individuals. And I would like to say that some of us are adversely affected to begin with. And this may be why we are so susceptible to the actions of the operators. There is a very wide range of estimates of the prevalence of EHS in the general population. A survey of occupational medical centers estimated the prevalence of EHS to be a few individuals per million in the population, which is ridiculous. However, a survey of self-help groups yielded much higher estimates. Approximately 10% of reported cases of EHS were considered very severe. Now you have to add in the brand new frequencies that we have. I always say that if you were able to see these frequencies with your naked eye, all you would be able to see is white noise. Like the old television sets, when a channel would not come in. There is also considerable geographical variability in prevalence of EHS and in the reported symptoms. The reported incidence of EHS has been higher in Sweden, Germany, and Denmark than in the United Kingdom, Austria, and France.
Folks, we're living in a world the likes of which we've never perceived any clearer than we do now. The plan for global governance has been in the works for generations and would have likely been achieved by now but for the fact that the globalists left open their Achilles heel. With all their tools, Federal Reserve System, fiat currency, no child left behind, and then Common Core education introduced to our schools to dumb us down, vaccines, pharmaceuticals to lobotomize us, GMO foods, insertion of compromised or bought and paid for politicians, judges, mainstream media propaganda, all pieced together like a puzzle designed to ultimately bring the world under submission. But with all their strategy, they forgot one thing: knowledge. And knowledge is power. With knowledge, their bombardment is nullified. Folks, with that, as brilliant and knowledgeable as you've become, among the wisest audience of any radio audience in the world, and you are, I want you to take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how much of that knowledge did I obtain from Republic Broadcasting Network? How high has my consciousness been raised since I've been a listener? How fast am I now able to discriminate truth from fake news by being a Republic Broadcasting listener? How clear am I now able to see the world since I've been listening to RBN? Ask yourselves those questions, folks. Then ask yourself, what is that knowledge worth to me? Like my morning coffee, how would I survive without it? A voice of truth in a sea of lies. Do we not all need to make sure it survives? Like public broadcasting, we are now finding we can only survive with listener support. Censorship, advertisers being attacked, truth itself being attacked. It's the only way through this. We at Republic Broadcasting humbly ask you to become a supporter. Look at your budget and make a determination of what Republic Broadcasting is worth to you and what you can afford on a monthly basis. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and pledge 20, 30, 40, 50, if possible, 100 a month or more if it's affordable. Click the donate button and become a regular monthly donor. Assure both us and yourself that Republic Broadcasting truth will continue to flow like that morning coffee. The network thanks you.
Ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Moore here. We have a special promotion going on at Republic Broadcasting. This is a fundraiser for Republic Broadcasting involving the energy cleaner. Mail me a postcard. My address is at my website at thelibertyman.com. We pick a postcard every other Thursday. When your postcard is drawn out, you get to buy an energy cleaner for $215 instead of $285, $70 discount. $200 goes to Republic Broadcasting. You also get a 10% discount on my mattress pads. So get those postcards in, put your name, your telephone number, your email address on there, and when your postcard is drawn, you get to get an energy cleaner for $215 instead of $285. Mattress pads, 10% off. Help us out at Republic Broadcasting and help yourself to get an energy cleaner at a deep discount. It's a win-win situation for everybody. We hope you can get these postcards in soon. Thank you very much.
Massachusetts. My name is Franken. Tonight, we are talking about EHS, or electromagnetic hypersensitivity disorder or syndrome. And we've just been discussing the fact that it has occurred in higher numbers in Sweden, Germany, and Denmark than in the United Kingdom, Austria, and France. VDU-related symptoms were more prevalent in Scandinavian countries, and they were more commonly related to skin disorders than elsewhere in Europe. Symptoms similar to those reported by EHS individuals are common in the general population. So we have to try and understand what is common in these countries that are reporting high levels of EHS. A number of studies have been conducted where EHS individuals were exposed to EMF similar to those that they attributed to the cause of their symptoms. The aim was to elicit symptoms under controlled laboratory conditions. The majority of studies indicate that EHS individuals cannot detect EMF exposure any more accurately than non-EHS individuals. Well-controlled and conducted double-blind studies have shown that symptoms were not correlated with EMF exposure. There are many theories on what can cause this. They are all derivative of environmental factors. Or might. Examples may include flicker. Now, flicker is described as flickering from, we'll say, fluorescent lights, which emit pulses of 720 cycles per second. Also, glare and other visual problems with VDUs. And poor ergonomic design of computer workstations. Other factors that may play a role include poor indoor air quality or stress in the workplace or living environment. Now, people living in their homes, especially energy-conscious people, make sure that their windows are tight and they don't leak. They make sure that their doors are the same. They make sure that their attics are properly insulated and ventilated. They make sure that they have detection devices everywhere that detect CO, or carbon monoxide, and they detect smoke. But what they don't detect is the lack of oxygen or the buildup of carbon dioxide. A family of 3 or 4 people can exhaust the clean air in a home in a very short time. The thought of opening windows in the wintertime has left us with our grandparents and our fathers and mothers. But you must ventilate your home, even in the extreme summer heat. Okay, folks, it's the bottom of the hour, and we're going to station identification.
You are tuned in to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Visit our website by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
Hey gang, Patrick Slattery here with an important message that is pertinent to anyone who shops for groceries, eats food, or just has an inquisitive mind like myself. What I'm about to introduce you to is a segment of our food culture that has been kept so low profile to the American public that virtually no one is aware of how dominant it is on our refrigerator and cupboard shelves. What I'm talking about is the kosher certification industry and a new app, Koshertified, that delivers a comprehensive education on all aspects regarding this little-known practice. After reviewing this app, I found that it is useful for practically anyone who purchases food, regardless of their religious faith or identity. Its database of products not kosher certified is a win-win convenience for all food-conscious people. So why not check out thekosherquestion.com or click on the link at nationalbugle.com and see how modifying your grocery shopping with the Koshertified app can make a huge difference for your future.
Extend your life with Extend. Extendivite really works. Here are some reviews from Amazon.com. Amazon customer, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm quite happy about it. This product has relieved what appears to be an angina problem, pain in the chest after climbing stairs, and short on breath. I'm quite happy about it. Dr. Sam Surreal. Good product and ingredients. Kept my blood pressure normal after mild heart attack in 2015. Switched to plant-based diet also to reverse atherosclerosis. John Bispicos, 5 out of 5 stars. Built up my immune system. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
What would you say if I told you we have a new tool that will increase production and lower maintenance costs for your meat processing company? And it would pay for itself in just 6 weeks.
When pigs fly!
The new Ease Off Model Easy 4 replaces old spring-style carcass droppers and is faster, safer, and more reliable. The Ease Off lowers or lifts 1,000 pounds to or from your rail automatically using our remote control.
Sounds expensive. Can I afford it?
Can you afford not to try the Ease Off? It installs fast with just 3 bolts in place of your current dropper. The effortless operation will reduce fatigue and injuries, speed up your line, eliminate downtime, and increase profit.
How can I order my Ease Off?
Go to easeoff.com, EAZEOFF.com, and hurry, because we are offering $200 off on the new Easy 4 for a limited time. Easeoff.com. We make pigs fly. Cows, too. Ease Off LLC, Summersville, Missouri, 417-932-6419.
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we have been discussing electromagnetic hypersensitivity or hypersensitivity syndrome. And it affects many people. And I'm sure it affects some in our targeted community. And I think it makes us more susceptible, possibly, to our attackers. Before the break, at the bottom of the hour, we were discussing environmental impacts. And one of them suggested was in a home that has been properly sealed, the windows tight, the doors tight, everywhere things are tight. You don't have any oxygen or airflow entering the home anywhere. With the exception of a home that may have a pet entry. So what you have is a house full of carbon dioxide. This is something they should have an alarm for. Because most people just carry on, and if the door is opened to the outside enough times, you escape some of this. But if you're closed up in the house during something like COVID-19 and you can't leave, you are subject to something that you're not used to. You are very lethargic. You don't have any energy. You don't want to get up off the couch. And when you have a family of 4 or 5 people, 3 to 4 people living in one home, which is an average, you consume the oxygen at quite a rate. So what I will tell you is, even in the wintertime or even in the summer heat, you have to evacuate the stale air that's in your home, or you will succumb to lethargy and you'll want to sleep all the time and you won't know why. Well, that spells it out. Now, something they don't bring up here is, I brought up fluorescent lights. They flicker at 720 cycles per second. But what they don't mention here is, because this particular article is before they came into use, and that is light-emitting diodes, or LEDs. Now, I don't have a specification on what they flicker at, but I am sure they do. The only light bulb that you can be safe with is an incandescent light bulb, which we have been using for over 100 years or better. And I'm not aware of any flicker rate at all, because the current is constant. There is nothing electronic that interrupts it, such as the inert qualities or inert construction, if you will, of an LED or a fluorescent unit. I cannot personally stand fluorescent light, even if it's warm light. It just bothers me somehow. It's not natural. Now, these are all symptoms that aren't based on electromagnetic exposure. And there are also, they bring up, some indications that these symptoms may be due to pre-existing psychiatric conditions, as well as stress reactions as a result of worrying about EMF health effects, rather than the EMF exposure itself. I listened, actually in amazement, on our conference call the other evening. There was a woman who left her house because of the fear and paranoia that comes from targeting. She left her home that was almost paid for, or was paid for, and she had the opportunity to go to her mother's home because she had passed away. She rejected that idea as well. She did not have anyone to talk to. She didn't have the targeted community to talk to. No one would go stay with her because I guess she didn't know us yet. But that was a tragic situation. This woman lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because she was scared to death. This can be viewed as worse than the Blitzkrieg during World War II, when they didn't know when the next bomb was going to drop. But in the targeted community, the bombs drop 24 hours a day, all the hours that you were awake. So EHS is characterized by a variety of non-specific symptoms that differ from individual to individual. The symptoms are certainly real and can vary widely in their severity. Whatever its cause, EHS can be a disabling problem for the affected individual. EHS has no clear diagnostic criteria, and there is no scientific basis to link EHS symptoms to EMF exposure. Wow. Further, EHS is not a medical diagnosis, nor is it a clear diagnosis for anything. Nor is it clear that it represents a single medical problem. Physicians, the treatment of affected individuals should focus on the health symptoms and the clinical picture, and not on the person's perceived need for reducing or eliminating EMF in the workplace or home. This requires a medical evaluation to identify and treat any specific conditions that may be responsible for the symptoms. A psychological evaluation to identify alternative psychiatric, psychological conditions that may be responsible for the symptoms. An assessment of the workplace and the home for factors that might contribute to the presented symptoms. These could include indoor air pollution, which I just discussed, excessive noise, poor lighting, flickering light, or ergonomic factors. A reduction of stress and other improvements in the work situation might be appropriate. The workplace and stress, the home and stress. All of our lives are surrounded by stress, especially if you're a targeted individual. This stress is increased by things like 5G, and now we have COVID-19. And just today, I read an article about another strain of COVID-19 that affects children, presently in 7 states. I have posted it in various social media outlets, and I will be posting it elsewhere, and it will be in our Sunday newsletter. But now they've got a strain that wants to take out our youth, our children. So maybe they didn't scare us enough. So now they're going to try and scare us using our children. Is that fair? Well, it isn't. but I said it anyway. For EHS individuals with long-lasting symptoms and severe handicaps, therapy should be directed principally at reducing symptoms and functional handicaps. This should be done in close cooperation with a qualified medical specialist to address the medical and psychological aspects of the symptoms, and a hygienist to identify and, if necessary, control factors in the environment that are known to have adverse health effects of relevance to the patient. Treatment should aim to establish an effective physician-patient relationship, help develop strategies for coping with the situation, and encourage patients to return to work and lead a normal social life. Apart from treatment by professionals, self-help groups can be a valuable resource for EHS individuals. Now, as an underlying factor in a target's life, this is why I always encourage all of the targets in our community to seek a physician and become familiar with your physician so that you can have a yearly checkup and learn what is yours and what is being inflicted upon you. This is one thing that really parallels our lives. Apart from treatment by professionals, these self-help groups can be valuable. Well, they sure can. Targeted individuals who finally find us don't know what to say. Some of them cry, some of them tell their stories. Others just sit in awe and think to themselves, I'm not alone. Governments should provide appropriately targeted and balanced information about potential health hazards of EMF to EHS individuals, healthcare professionals, and employers. The information should include a clear statement that no scientific basis currently exists for a connection between EHS and exposure to EMF. Now, I'm disagreeing with a lot of this, believe me. Some studies suggest that certain physiological responses of EHS individuals. Okay, folks, we have to go to commercial. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you so much for listening.
Don't believe the church and state and everything they tell you. Believe in me, I'm with the high command. Can you hear me?
Here at Republic Broadcasting Network, we have been building our online store. Well, we have been focusing on bringing you the best talk show host in the country. Here at Republic Broadcasting Network, we also want our listeners to have products they can use every day and in times of emergency. We have added new products each week to our store. Your support of this network, plus products at the best prices, is a win-win situation. Check out our new store. Go to our website, republicbroadcasting.org, and click on the online store located at the top of our website. Together, we can continue to grow RBN and help our listeners prepare for the future. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and click on our online store or call us.
800-724-2719, extension 3. 800-724-2719, extension 3.
Homeowners, are you in foreclosure, expecting to be served with a foreclosure lawsuit, or suspect your lender has coerced you into an illegal mortgage transaction? A huge number of mortgages made in the last 10 years have legal issues and are possibly defective. State laws and the U.S. Supreme Court have upheld that defective mortgage documents are grounds for foreclosure defense and for counterclaims in favor of the homeowner. If your mortgage has been sold or assigned since closing the loan, it may be defective, and you may be paying the wrong party, and the lender may not have standing or the right to foreclose or collect payments under the law. If you would like to know if your mortgage is legal or not, or know if you are paying the right party, we can help. Our initial consultations are free of charge. We are not attorneys. We are legal researchers and work closely with experienced lawyers who know how to help you find the evidence to help you keep your home. Call toll-free 1-855-2-KEEP-IT. That's 1-855-2-KEEP-IT today.
Hey, honey, I'm home. I grabbed a newspaper on the way home. Look at all the news today.
Don't you know that all you're going to get in the newspaper is propaganda, twisted news, and false information?
Honey, this is a national newspaper. It has to be true.
Ha! For some reason, the majority of the population believe anything the mainstream media tells them. The newspaper doesn't give out the important attention of what's happening to this country and news that affects our daily lives. Say, does that newspaper mention anything about the North American Union?
No, not that I can see.
I didn't think so. You need to go to www.newswithviews.com, where truth is more important than political correctness. That's www.newswithviews.com. Hey, don't throw that away. We can use that in the birdcage.
Okay, move over. Let me start reading newswithviews.com.
The truth? Read all about it at newswithviews.com. Newswithviews.com, where reality shatters illusion.
Good evening. Once again from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight we have been discussing electromagnetic hypersensitivity disorder. And I believe that this could be based in targets, so that we are more easily sought or found, or however you want to put it. How about easier to target? But this could be something that exists in all targets. Now, the World Health Organization has an EMF project, and it is identifying research needs and coordinating a worldwide program of EMF studies to allow a better understanding of any health risk associated with EMF exposure. Particular emphasis is placed on possible health consequences of low-level EMF. Information about the EMF project and EMF effects is provided in a series of fact sheets in several languages at www.who.int/EMF. Once again, www.who.int/EMF. And I'd like to say that to all the targets in the community, it's very hard for me and everyone else not to have a solution yet. But we will. It's on the way. I can see an end to this. And that's not far away either. Many things point to it. But what I would like to say right now, since it is the top of the hour, I would like to say good night from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen.
Ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Moore here. We have a special promotion going on at Republic Broadcasting. This is a fundraiser for Republic Broadcasting involving the energy cleaner. Mail me a postcard. My address is at my website at thelibertyman.com. We pick a postcard every other Thursday. When your postcard is drawn out, you get to buy an energy cleaner for $215 instead of $285, $70 discount. $200 goes to Republic Broadcasting. You also get a 10% discount on my mattress pads. So get those postcards in, put your name, your telephone number, your email address on there, and when your postcard is drawn, you get to get an energy cleaner for $215 instead of $285. Mattress pads, 10% off. Help us out at Republic Broadcasting and help yourself to get an energy cleaner at a deep discount. It's a win-win situation for everybody. We hope you can get these postcards in soon. Thank you very much.
This is RBN, the Republic Broadcasting Network.